indestructible. Baby, better get that straight. I think it's unbelievable how you give into the hands of fate. Something I was fighting for, some feeling never die. I'm not asking for another chance, I just wanna know why. There's no easy way out, there's no shortcut home.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Early Watch. I'm Jimmy, and with us, as always, Mr. Tony York.
Hey people, how's it going? Happy Monday and all that. Nice start with that pre-steroid Stallone shot.
Figure we'd started off with the murder of Apollo Creed today. How about that?
Works for me.
What's up, Gunny? What's up, DJ? What's up, Beauty? What's up, DJ? What's up, Beauty? What's up, Tony? Another week down the drain, or another week starting again, however you want to look at it.
That's just another Manic Monday.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Actually, I got great news this past week
What's that?
from my bank, no less. They sent me a letter saying they couldn't take the house payment out of my checking account. I had to send one in to them because it's less money being the last payment. So you can raise my fucking mortgage at will, but you can't lower it. Take the last payment. That's brilliant. But after the first, I'm done paying for this fucking house.
Yeah, that's, now you could collect insurance on it.
I'm not done paying for the damn insurance.
What's up, Oz?
Mikey!
Yeah, me and Tony were having an interesting gangland conversation before this all started off. And just kind of wondering where the youth is going and all that shit, man. It's just a fucking... it's pathetic. And not even youth, like I was saying, too. We're talking about, like, 20s fucking... DJ says, congrats, Tony. But yeah,
I've been paying on this fucker for 16 years.
You earned it. Definitely earned it.
Yeah, now that's an extra $642 back into my bank. Well, no, because I'll have to set aside money for the escrow stuff. So I'll probably end up with about $400 extra, which would be great.
Hell yeah. $400, that's like half of a gun nowadays.
It's certainly parts for the cabin to finish it up, which is one of the big holdups we had.
$400 was holding you up at the cabin?
No extra money.
Oh, well, yeah, that makes sense. Whippersnappers are foo bar. Yeah, this is definitely a foo situation for sure. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know where I wanted to go with that, so I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Well, the problem is talking about it in a truthful manner is fucking racist.
Well, I mean that that is true. And you know what? I think that's where I was going with it. Is the fucking everybody wanting to be a victim nowadays kind of throws me through a loop. Like I've been watching a lot of not necessarily documentaries because they're not professional films, but like little YouTube shits about this is going on in this neighborhood and this is going on over here, and it's just wild to me, like what people perceive as cool nowadays and how everybody is So Tony, do you think, this is my personal opinion, I don't know if you agree with me, but I feel like this whole victim thing, like say me and one of my friends are talking back and forth to each other and I call him a faggot, and then all of a sudden a third party comes in and says, oh, you shouldn't say that word, or that word offends me, or hey, watch how you talk, or even get more aggressive with you, or by any, I mean, I think that victimhood that everybody wants to feel is like it goes along with the whole everybody's special type of thing.
Well,
And
yeah,
yeah, okay. And I hate it. I hate it.
it kind of trickled down from the 15 minutes of fame idea.
You get a
Where
minute and a
everybody
half.
supposedly gets their 15 minutes. Yeah,
Now everybody's fighting for a minute and a half. Yeah, it's
you
crazy.
know the gang violence issues are uh, all the time about race because that's just how it's populated. Uh, Now, what you're seeing advertised on the news in Peoria is it's gang related.
Yeah,
And I've
yeah,
said several times, even probably on the show or other shows, that, you know, all you got to do for Peoria is look at the images of all the quote unquote criminals that are involved in these activities, shooting and stuff. And 99.9% of them are black.
well, yeah, and I mean, and not even going with that. It's not even just singular race. I mean, you never hear about Mexicans killing Mexicans. You never hear about the whites killing the whites. You never hear about Asians killing Asians. You never hear. It's always got to be a race thing, and it's always has to be or a as of the last like what 4 or 5 years, a cop thing. You know, if a cop kills a cop or a cop kills a black guy or any guy, not even. You know what? You're right. Not even. If a cop kills a black guy, it's going to make the news. BLM is going to riot about it, even though we all know BLM started from George Soros. He was the, you know. But anyway, that's going to, you don't hear about the shit that goes on in the neighborhoods when a black guy kills a black guy. You hear when a cop kills a black guy. And it's kind of funny how that was like me and Tony's conversation off here. It's kind of funny how it gets diverted, or not even diverted, just completely ignored, just because it doesn't fit into a certain narrative or it doesn't fit into what they're trying to bring about, which is take a shot. If you guys have been paying attention the last five episodes, it's fucking promoting division.
Well, and if you think about it, when you hear these stories, you only hear about the black. It's never about a cop beating a fucking Mexican or a white guy. It's only the black one.
Which let me tell you,
Right?
it happens. That yeah.
I know it happens. I mean, anybody with any kind of sense would know it happens. You know, all these
Well,
little fucking gangbangers, animals.
Well, not even because not only not and this goes along with it, but not only has, in my opinion, I guess, but it's pretty obvious, at least with the vocal minority, that IQs have dropped, but arrogance has risen. Everybody thinks they're the smartest thing since fucking Einstein, but can't figure out that they're being lied to. Like I said, even the simplest thing, the fucking the taxes on tip what are on waitresses. Um, Kamala does it, and it's a fucking great thing. She's looking out for workers. Trump does it. It's the worst thing in the world. America's going to lose out on trillions of dollars in taxes. And so, I mean, and people are still able to look at both of those articles and not tell the difference. Like, oh
Well,
shit,
yeah, and
Trump's a bad guy.
they're showing polls on TV where Kamala's leading Trump by a great margin in polls where she would represent change. And I'm thinking to myself as I'm looking at this, I agree that she would be more towards recommending change, but the change she represents is bad.
Well, yeah, and I mean, nonetheless, change coming from a politician's mouth is meaningless to me. How many fucking times have people been manipulated and lied to for their votes? And you know what I mean? Policy promises.
Every fucking election cycle.
Yeah, I was gonna say policy promises never come through. But fucking um. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I was reading a fucking article about Kamala about how she owns a gun and she's not. We're not trying to take guns away from people, but yeah, let that bitch get in
Well, you
office.
ain't
Let her get in office.
lying, fucking bitch.
Yeah, no shit.
Politicians, and I said this, I think on last show, kind of. Politicians care about politicians. Fuck the voting community. They don't want any of them to have anything. You know,
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah.
I don't too much singularly separate parties. None of them are trustworthy.
Well, no, and then you take it to the extent too where they want to be politicians for some reason think that there's some form of celebrity. Like, yeah, people admonish the president and fucking whatever, but these people are not like to be glorified. They're there to do a job, and not only are they doing their job bad, but they're definitely overreaching. It's just I
Well,
don't.
you know, I'm not the world's biggest Trump, but I really honestly think he cares what people, you know.
That's funny. Gunny said that shit because I was just that was in the article I was just reading right now too. So Gunny
Yeah, I seen
asks,
a clip of that on fucking news.
yeah, that's fucking like I said seconds ago. Like we both said seconds ago, the bitch is lying. But Gunny says a coworker asked me about getting his first gun. He's a flaming liberal, and his reason for wanting one is that Harris, the crackler, told Big O she would shoot with Oprah. She would shoot a burglar or all gun grabbers. Shoot a burglar. All gun grabbers are hypocrites. Now she wants one to minion follow his puppet. Um, I well, I mean, just refer to like I said a few seconds ago. That bitch is fucking lying. Um, if it's getting liberals to be gun owners, I guess that's cool. But I mean, ah, listen, I've said this before, and
Let's not
it's
arm up the opposition
that
needlessly.
that part too, right? Like, we hate you, but what's the best? Hey, person that I fucking hate with a visceral passion. What's the best first gun I should get, you
Now,
motherfucker?
let's let's go back a few pages in history to when Trump was running. Do you recall him claiming that he carries a?
Tony, did you drop out? Are you there?
I didn't intend to drop out.
Okay, you're there, but you did
Sorry, I
drop
leaned
out.
back too much. I said, let's go back a few pages in history and remember when Trump was running for office for the 2016 term, when he said he carried a gun. He had a New York permit.
Yeah,
And I've never seen the fucker with a gun.
no.
So
His
I don't know if he was lying. Maybe he does have a permit. I'm sure he probably does because, hell, that's easy enough to look up.
I mean, I'm sure he does, but that's probably just a fucking. Still, even if he did, I'm thinking that it was more or less a trying to get the NRA crowd vote. All the Second Amendment votes or whatever.
You
I'm
know, the
the.
thing is that first assassination attempt, had he whipped out a 2-inch 38 and started popping shots at the fucker, it would have been great.
He pulled out his gun and started getting it in the ready position and shit. Yeah, that pretty. Yeah, I would love him more. But
I would put him higher on the list for sure.
yeah, that would have been a way better picture than him pumping his fist at the American flag right behind him.
You know,
Obama
that
promised
was
strength.
absolutely a fucking brilliant bit of optics. It really was.
Oh yeah, Oh yeah, he got people that would have never even fucking thought about looking in his direction to love him and vote for him and shit. Obama promised. Mikey says Obama promised changed. He changed the economy for the worse. Yeah, well, I mean, look at Bidenomics, which, by the way, is a term I'm coming to hate. If I see another fucking YouTube commercial about Bidenomics, I'm gonna fucking throw my TV through the wall. But
Well,
that's
yeah, how much better are you today now that your fucking ribeye costs $15 a fucking pound as opposed to about 8 when Trump was in office?
no shit. That whole going on carnivore thing was a fucking it got fucked during Bidenomics. Red meat was out of the question.
Uh, I made it in to buy some meat this weekend. Man. It was painful.
I'm
You
still
know, $450, and the cart's only about half full. But fucking $272 of that was meat.
well,
I did buy some steaks.
I'm substituting. I got a steak 2 weeks ago. Right now though. I'm substituting fucking ground beef for turkey and
Well,
and
fucking 10
cheeseburgers for
pounds of
chicken
ground beef.
sandwiches. Go ahead.
10 pounds of ground beef, like $35.
It didn't get that bad over here yet. It's not that bad. We're looking at about 27.
No, it's $3.50 a pound here,
Jesus.
and that's for the big fucking tube made out of cow. I don't know what kind. The steaks are all Angus. I ain't gonna compromise on that. But I was able to get ribeye for $11.99 a pound on 40,
Oh, shit,
at less than 12, which is $4 cheaper than last time.
I can only imagine how much my fucking tomahawk steaks have went up, man. Those are my favorite. I can't fucking get enough of those, but for $60, I usually pass on them. But now I could only imagine, I could see them being 80, 70, $80 now.
Pork chops were like $4.75 a pound, which was the best price I'd seen on them in about 6 or 8 months.
Well, pork chops are usually always decent. I'm
Yeah,
looking
they
up
were
for fucking
considerably better than beef.
alligator's still the same price. Ain't that a bitch? It's still the same price from like 3 years ago. But yeah, I'm gonna get some for Thanksgiving. That's why I was looking. But yeah, fucking same price. What is
Now,
hilarious?
Thanksgiving, I'm going to buy 2 turkeys.
We're getting a turkey and a gator. We're just switching it up this year. Doing turkey for all the people that don't want to try something new. Doing gator for everybody that wants to try something new.
Now, we're not having Thanksgiving dinner with those turkeys. I'm just getting 2 of them to have here because I kind of like to have a turkey every 2 months.
Well, yeah, turkey. I mean, turkey's good. Period. But I
You
like
can't hardly find fucking turkey off season, so
yeah, unless it's ground. But
no, I don't want cut up. I want a whole damn turkey.
yeah, turkey leg. See, I like to do turkey sandwiches like after Thanksgiving and shit like that. That's the type of shit that we'll usually do. Make have the leftovers and
Usually, usually we give the legs and wings to the cat because me and the old lady neither one really eat them, and thighs and breast
not a dark.
is the bulk of the turkey.
Yeah,
No, I don't. I do not like dark meat. I don't know about her. She don't care to eat the drumsticks.
Holy shit! Oz says his Sunday roast is $6.48 a pound. What do you get? What do you roast? I usually get a chuck roast. They're pretty cheap.
I got London broil roast and I think it was chuck,
See, I'll get chuck.
and they were both less than 7. But you had to buy, her and I don't need, but about a pound of meat cooked in a roast. We tend to buy, 3, 4, 5 pound roasts and cut them up into pound or pound and a half sections. That way, that roast makes 3 roasts. So this $270 some worth of meat that we bought is a solid month's worth of eating. without running out of anything. And I didn't buy any chicken. I still had chicken left over. Oh God, 2 months ago shopping last time, and I also still had pork left. I had 3 pounds of bacon left, which I did buy more of that. 1 or 2 small pork roasts, which were exceptionally cheap. I mean, like less than $4 a pound.
Yeah, I pork really hasn't changed much, at least from what I've seen.
That pork did go up there a year and a half or so ago, and it was kind of keeping the same staggered space with beef. Dollars cheaper, except but when beef went up, pork too. But then 3 months ago, it really dropped, and these roasts went from being about $6 a pound to 4. And they're decent. They're not, you know, like pork loin, but still.
Yeah, even pork loin.
If
though,
you're
is
smart
still
about
cheap.
how you cut them suckers up, they work just fine.
Oh yeah.
And boil the fuck out of them. Hey, Connery.
Yeah, Gunny didn't get it, but our resident Asian says, "Save a cow, eat a cat." I mean, if you think
Uh,
about it logistically, you kill a cow and only eat a piece of it. You kill a cat, you're eating the whole goddamn thing.
well, and you could feed a family with a cat as long as you put it in enough Chinese dishes.
Well, yeah, or just feed it. What you do is you want to buy a cat. You want to buy 2 cats, boy cat, girl cat. Make a litter of cats, and then you start fattening up the boy cat after the girl cat is pregnant. You fatten up the boy cat for maybe about a month or 2, and then fucking just feed him grease and butter and shit, and he'll be ready to go. Feed him, put a little
You
paprika.
know, I was able to feed 5 people 2 different meals out of 1 squirrel. And this squirrel was probably 3.5 pounds live, and maybe 2 pounds dressed. That, but you cook it like you cook a fucking roast, potatoes and carrots and whatnot. Then debone it and just leave the chunks of squirrel in it. Spoon it out like you're eating beef stew or something.
See, we had roast, but my grandfather would always cook them first, like actually cook them and then put them in the roast. Not like cook it till it's done, not like well done cook it, but put some fire to it and fucking I don't know.
I
He
I
always told me it was
kind of
because
did
of
that, but
he always told me it was because of like parasites and shit like that. So I don't know if
I
that's
never
true.
worried about that shit. Uh, when I cooked it, I cooked the squirrel in the basic broth. I put in a container or 2 of beef broth and cooked it to where the squirrel was completely cooked before I put the extra stuff in there. Just so I could watch how salty I,
Oh yeah, you gotta
because
you gotta
sometimes,
watch out on your fucking sodium intake, huh?
well, that and then several of the family members don't care for salty stuff. So you got to kind of watch it because it's pretty easy to oversalt something. You salt it in a separate step. Like you add the potatoes, put some salt with them, carrot, put some salt with that, maybe pepper. Beef, I don't do that. I put the beef roast in the pot raw with potatoes and everything, and I just cook. An oven bag works really good too, but I prefer a crock.
You ever do
And I use a bag in the crock.
you ever try to sous vide, where you cook it in
Since
you
I don't know what that is,
put it in a bag and cook it in the fucking water? I've never
No,
tried that. I've never tried it that way before,
I've
but I've seen people do it. And
I've cooked rice that way, but that's just the way it get out of the box, bag sealed, bag in boiling water. I can't say that I noticed much difference. I would say that it didn't quite get as starchy. You know, if you boil rice, it can get starchy.
yeah, I might have to try that. I never did. Is it quicker? Is there any advantage to it other than that?
Less messy. Don't have
Eh.
to wash the fucking pot you boil it in.
Yeah, I can see that. That white film.
I can't. I'm sure that it was quicker because I think it was partially pre-cooked. But I don't. Normally, if I cook rice, I buy rice anyway for hours.
You know, you could use that rice water too to make horchatas.
Yeah, I don't know what that is either.
It's rice water, Mexican cinnamon rice water. You're missing out. Missing out.
Well, I like cinnamon rice.
Yeah, then you will love horchata.
Rice and grits both I like. Grit.
Do they got any Mexicans out in your area, or you guys run them all out?
We never let them in.
The Venezuelans. Oh my God, have you seen about that? The Venezuelan gangs taking over Colorado, and now they're part of Chicago and all that shit.
I have seen bits of it. There's a fair bit of coverage on the Colorado part.
Yeah,
I think I've
there.
seen one mention of Chicago.
I know. Well, there's no news crews are going to the deep south side of Chicago. I don't see them doing that very often. But
Gunny, I don't know why YouTube would delete any kind.
what did they do? Why did
He
YouTube
said,
delete
why
my
did YouTube
Oh,
delete my last comment?
I'll be sure to email Sharon Wojcicki or whatever the fuck that bitch is.
She's
Judy.
dead.
Oh, she. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she died a month or so.
Wait, did she really?
That's what I heard.
What'd she do? She fucking offed herself, or did she, like she was a young, not young, but she was middle aged, I think.
I have no idea. It could be complete bullshit. I think I saw it on YouTube video, so take that with a grain of salt, I suppose.
No, it comes up. August 9th, 24, age 56. Oh, she was up there. What's the average lifespan of a person nowadays? Like 70, 60, 70, something like that?
I think it's like 77.
How did she die? After living with non-small cell lung cancer for 2 years. Ah, so for 2 years, so that's she knew what was she knew like that's why she sold YouTube probably. Poor gal. I don't wish that shit. I know. Even if I hated that bitch, I really don't care about that girl at all. But even if I hated that bitch, I wouldn't wish that shit on her.
No. Oh, I may want to see all my enemies die. I don't want them to suffer.
Yeah, nah, get him quick.
That
Apparently,
way
we could
there's less
just
strenuous bullshit.
hand them a gun, a cell phone, and a pre-made TikTok account, and they may just take care of themselves on accident.
I ain't gonna hand them a fucking gun.
Well, it's make sure it's unloaded, and then when you're leaving the house, drop the magazine on the floor and say, "Here, have at it." Have fun, son.
Remember, the bullets come out that end going really fast.
No, don't tell them that part. Then they might not. They might not handle business the way I want
I
them
didn't
to.
say which end I was pointing at.
Yeah. The best way to check if it's loaded or not is to look directly down the barrel after you cock it back and place your finger directly on the trigger.
Yeah, see this big hole on this end of this thing? That's a special optic sight. I know it looks black now, but it won't.
Yeah,
It lights up instantly when you pull the trigger.
I'm still going through these fucking the Reddit things I used to go through, man, and people have not changed. There's just fucking I would even suggest there's more idiots out there.
What?
Listen, that's what I was gonna say earlier when we were talking about when Gunny asked this question. It was a controversial opinion back then, and I'm sure it is now, especially with the listeners that we have and all that shit. But everybody should not own a fucking gun. Should everybody have the right to? Yeah, absolutely. But should everybody? Nah, I don't think so, man. We should. There's
Uh,
some IQs out
Having the
there.
right to own a gun is not the same thing as having the ability to own a gun. There's a lot of these motherfuckers that don't have the brain ability to own a gun.
No, no, not at all. Not at all. And
Tell
now
you
I'm
what, if
watching.
one of my kids doing what this idiot dancing around with fucking guns doing,
Oh, they're getting
I would beat
slapped.
the piss out of them.
Yeah.
Unless they shot me first.
He's like- well, he says staging the trigger while looking down the barrel will cause the round to move forward and aft slightly to confirm the weapon is loaded. Oh Lord, little guy. Oh, you gotta hold that gun a little tighter, little guy. Me and the wife, we were driving down Vegas, and I was like, it was kind of a joke, but then it was like, wait a second, this might actually be legitimate because there's a homeless midget asking for money and shit, and I was like, hey, we should take her home with us and like have her do stuff for us, like get food, like
Uh huh.
nothing sexual, nothing, unless she wanted to,
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say you say that now.
unless she was down for it, name her Dahlia. Uh, like the Black Dahlia because she got cut in half, so Dahlia would be like the upper half, and have her do like chores and stuff. I'm afraid I'm not clicking on anything that's not safe for work because that's like 9 times out of 10 somebody's shooting themselves, and we will get the video banned. That's why I changed the song too. We kept getting fucking copywritten. I don't know why. That never used to be a problem before, but it was the fucking intro.
For our own fucking tune.
Yeah, yeah, it was whoever I guess made the fucking original fucking whoever made the original composition of it. So we'll do something else. And that's crazy too. It's like listen, I would understand a certain like part from the police. You'll see it in a second. I know you're a little behind, but these guys just pretty much had a full shootout at a gas station. Um I isn't the police job to put their life on the line for public safety? Or is
The
that
Supreme Court said the police have no duty to protect.
it's just like it's crazy to me to have that the teenage and you see these are teenagers. The guy's got his pants sagging halfway down his ass. Fucking, these are children. These are kids having a full blown shootout at a gas station, and just off of some of the things that I've been watching lately and some of the articles I've been reading lately, I would honestly suspect these kids are still out there on the loose. Like they got away with it, I would imagine. Not to mention half of the people since that fucking shit, whatever happened in Illinois with bail. and all these people that
Huh.
are getting convicted or getting arrested for murders and then just let right back go on the street. It's crazy to me. Like they're not getting.
Supposedly here,
Go ahead.
you're not getting reduced bail or no bail, cashless bail, they call it, I guess,
Yeah.
for violent crime.
Yeah, that's what I hear. But like
Oh,
I
here's a
said,
couple of brilliant motherfuckers.
that's what I hear. But like I said, man, I'm watching people that are getting arrested for murders and getting let right back out. Maybe they're able to bond out.
Now,
Maybe it is cash bond. I don't know, but
do you suppose this is the liberal left's idea of thinning the herd?
yeah, it's possible. But they're taking their fucking voting, their crowd away.
Yeah, but these fuckers that are doing this shit ain't voting.
True, true, and you probably do have a lot of felons that are unable to vote and all that other. Well, can felons vote? I know they voted for Obama. And dead people too.
I don't think they're supposed to.
Yeah, I know that Obama had a bunch of people that aren't supposed to vote or able to vote because of their life status, like being dead. But yeah, I guess that's another story here for here and there. Bulletproof pan.
Tell you motherfuckers, you all come up to me and point a gun at me, you best be ready to fucking meet God.
Well, I've
One of us is likely going there.
I mean, even from a kid, man, learning from well, listen, the streets that I grew up on are different than the fucking streets now. So it's like that, but you don't pull out a gun unless you're gonna use that motherfucker. You don't pull it out to take a fucking uh, Snapchat, Instagram video or picture, or so, you know what I mean? You don't show it off like that. I mean, if your buddies come over, you want to show them your shit, and you open up your safe, and you know, I mean, there's certain procedures that go along with that. Making sure your guns are empty, even if you know they are. Blah, you know, at bare minimum, the fucking four safety rules. Treat every gun like it's loaded. Fucking watch out for your fucking for your target. Don't pull it out unless you're gonna use it. This fucking old man.
Well, there's way too much concern about the look.
Felons can restore their voting rights. Okay. Go ahead and let them drop those pants. It'll make it easy for the guys.
The farmer with 2 Glocks.
I mean, that video isn't too like that. I'm not offended by that. That's just the guy out there filming himself having fun. He probably got a little tripod for. He's not shooting at the cameraman.
I hope not.
Yeah,
He's a lousy shot if he is.
yeah, that. Or the cameraman's a fucking great dancer because you can't even tell the thing is moving.
I'm with you on the tripod.
Yeah, that just seemed like an old man having fun. I mean, some of these, there's a lot of quote Karens in this world nowadays. They're just like they see something that makes them take a deep and they want to show the world it.
One of the things about like YouTube videos really fucking annoys me is the whole way fucking oversell on gun safety. Showing everybody that guns are completely unloaded.
Jerking
Whatever.
off their slide for
Who
us.
fucking cares? You
Yeah.
ain't gonna hurt anybody that watches that video if you shoot the fucking.
Yeah. We know you didn't die because guess what? You uploaded it, so you're safe. And nonetheless, I can't get the part that always got me about that. What you're saying is that, are people afraid of getting shot over the fucking internet? But it's that I'm telling you, Tony, it's that fucking victim thing. People are fighting for a minute and a half of fame. They want to say, "Oh, he didn't pull the trigger right," so people can respond to their fucking, or he had his finger on the trigger and pointed it directly at the camera. He flagged me 5 times. Like, motherfucker, you just want people to comment on your dumbass comment.
I got PTS from watching the video.
Yeah, you're stupid. That's even worse than the guy that said he got PTSD from shooting an AR-15 one time, and that was a grown adult. Like that's what I'm saying. These adults nowadays are just like fucking. I mean, don't get me wrong. We're all shades of what kind of children we were, but it's like adults are just fucking kids nowadays.
Well, if you think about our history from, say, throughout my lifetime, we had the hippies that were just shitting on soldiers over the thing in Vietnam. When by and large the soldiers went because they were ordered to.
Yeah, they got drafted,
Yeah, most of them probably didn't want to go.
and they followed the law.
So a generation later, we've got these same old ass fucking hippies starting the whole "we thank you for your service" movement because of fucking guilt from what the stupid asses did back when they were young.
Oh yeah, I know a guy I know an old guy that fucking went AWOL from Vietnam and will still say that he was a vet. Nowadays though, he was on that hippie shit. He went AWOL, fucking blah, went through boot camp, and then went AWOL, which doesn't make sense to me. I would have just skipped boot camp too. But I mean, if I was him, and then will nowadays go around and be like, yeah, I'm a veteran. Thank you for your service and all this other like. It's just it boggles my mind, man. I don't get it. People's
Except
thirst
that it
for
is
attention just blows my mind.
people don't realize how fucking hamstrung Vietnam vets were. Rules of engagement they had to deal with. Now it's being told these days. You can find videos. You know, the Air Force was forced to, soldiers forced to ride by. It's no fucking wonder that we haven't done well at war since Korea. And I ain't sure how well we did there. Because the soldiers could just go fucking kill everybody. You kill them all, war's over. Don't kill all the women and kids, but
I
all
mean,
the others fine.
yeah, but by that logic, though, that'll be the one that gets you.
Think about fucking us in Germany. We were supposedly running bombing raids on military facilities, but fucking, you just blow up the whole goddamn town. Make sure you get it.
But I want to press on this video so bad, but I feel like he's gonna kill himself, and we're gonna get fucking taken down. Oh no, that was fine. Shotgun bounced back. He's good. He lived. He lived, YouTube. He lived. Well, is YouTube that strict anymore now? I don't know. It has been like almost a year since we've done this. I don't know if they're that strict anymore. Or, I mean, shit, I could see them also being stricter. Not a word, but I like it.
It's a little difficult to believe, given the group of people, I interact with. There are this many fucking morons on Earth.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's a complete difference between people who don't know firearms than people who on here showing how fucking stupid. But I've said it before, you can teach a 4-year-old firearm safety.
Oh,
they
yeah.
will get it.
It's easy. I did it with the grandkid. He knew all about guns when he was younger. And now he's like a fucking living with his dad and his dad's bitch and fucking turned retarded. Don't even like that type of shit no more. You know how heartbroken I was with that shit, Tone? Shit killed me, man.
I'll tell you, heartbroken is my number two granddaughter is now getting to the age Grandpa should teach her guns,
Right.
but she's got severe ADHD or autism, and she's non-communicative, non-verbal, and I don't know how to approach her to know that she understands what I'm talking about because she's 100% nonverbal. And,
Yeah.
I told the daughter, I said, look, I'm not going to even attempt anything until I know she can understand. So,
That
we'll
yeah,
just have to
because
see
this
what happens.
well and I understand that coming from the aspect of I don't want to spend all this like it's a lot of you have to be patient with the kids and you have to it's a lot of attention that you put into it, a lot of work that you put into it and you don't want it to be wasted. I
Well,
mean
I don't
that's
care about that part of it. I mean, that's spending time with the kid is fine.
well yeah, but that's see now I
But
wouldn't mind the retraining part. But that's what breaks my heart is that the motherfucker just completely lost interest in it. I'm just like I don't know, man. Next year the motherfucker's gonna be
my
anti-gun.
fear would be that you know, I would go through the education for safety and it just wouldn't stick and she'd end up doing something
Oh
that
yeah.
else hurt.
You're like, oh, she's good to go, and then didn't retain the information. I see what you're saying. There's a
Now, from
moron
everything
behind
I
every
can tell, the
bush.
girl's smart as hell.
Well, yeah. Most autists are smart, ain't it? It's just like how they go about it.
I think so,
I don't.
or at least smart in certain areas.
That yeah, one main focus or something. DJ asked
And
what
I
this is.
honestly,
This is DJ. This is Reddit, and I'm on. It's you when you look for things. It's r/idiots with guns. This is the only thing I go on Reddit for anymore. I don't know why, but this shit. It listen. As a gun guy, right? We should all look at this and be disgusted and be like, "Oh, arms up in the air and fists shaking at the TV screen and all that." But for some reason, this shit calms me. Like I find this shit hilarious. Just watching all these dumb motherfuckers, and like you said, like it's only a matter of time before we start thinning the herd here.
well,
Um, I don't know
where it
why.
gets me is I can't believe there's this many fucking people that are that goddamn stupid.
Brand new, and these are all brand. There's a couple of old videos snuck in there, but these are all brand new videos. You know what I mean? Like there's no shortage of dipshits with guns. And if you watch this, just like you watch the news and all that other shit, like you would think that the vocal minority, like you would think there's more idiots out there with guns than fucking safe people with guns, which is not the case. At least I
I
like
know
to
that, but it
personally
doesn't
believe
look
that.
good. I mean, I don't give a shit what kind of games you want to play with a gun. I'll do twirling and shit here, but there's no way I'm fucking around with a loaded gun because while I don't know it for certain, I'm sure that getting shot fucking hurts if it don't kill you.
Yeah. Well, I've told you and all the listeners, I'm sure everybody out there's heard this story before where I let the fucking where I had bought that SKS and I loaded up a magazine with 3 rounds and then I fucking just wanted just to see if I could cycle it manually, if the bolt would cycle or if the ammo would cycle by manually cycling the bolt. As soon as I put one in and it went let off those 3 rounds because the firing pin was just dirty. I don't know if the Cosmoline made it jam. I don't know if it was jammed up in there from what the fuck it was. Because when I took it out, there was no actual obstruction. There wasn't like a piece of metal or plastic holding it down. So I don't know what the fuck it was, but the firing pin was stuck. and you never know.
Cosmoline could be a safe bet.
That's what I'm thinking because I mean it was I took everything apart, cleaned it up, and it ran perfectly. I sold it shortly afterwards, but nonetheless, I still took it out and shot it, and it worked. But
I have had my fair share of unintentional discharges. Not all of them were negligent,
well, yeah,
or at least completely.
yeah, that's
The Ruger Blackhawk shooting the dryer, that wasn't anything really that I did. Somebody had altered the hammer so the transfer bar wasn't necessary anymore.
yeah, or existent.
When the hammer pulled back and dropped, it went off.
Yeah. But that's I mean, but that just leads to the point though. Like you never know. You never. There could be something wrong with the gun, and you handled
Yeah,
everything
I don't
perfectly.
sit down in an armchair with holstered loaded guns anymore.
Fuck no. No.
Matter of fact, I tried to buy a stool to sit on so I didn't have arms.
Now having a loaded gun laying around is acceptable to me anyway.
I
You
fucking
know,
hope so because there's at least 4 on my desk.
I don't. Well, I mean, like all like in the chamber, all that. Like, but having one
Yeah.
ready to go. Yeah, having one ready to go or a couple ready to go. There's nothing wrong with that to me. I I think
2
it's
of them
kind of
are
like,
pick up, pull the trigger, and 2 of them are pick up, set the safety off, and pull the trigger.
damn it. I wish I didn't find this could have been our next thumbnail, man. Fucking guy holding the girl's head to the. See, that's what I mean. Uh, this type of shit. You'll get to it in a second, probably. This type of shit should appall me. I should be fucking. Oh my god, I can't believe this. Ah! But for some reason, and it is appalling. This is people shouldn't act like this or do things like this, but
Well, what we need to see here is the bullet coming out the back of her throat, bouncing off the wall and hitting that stupid fucker in the head.
yeah, or just do a loop-de-loop. Just
Yeah,
go.
I'd be fine with that. Fuck physics. Who
Yeah,
cares?
who gives a fuck at this point? Because logic is out.
Maybe
the
he's
window.
got one of them Kennedy bullets.
Yeah, the magic bullet. Oh Lord, but yeah, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with society nowadays, man. It just doesn't make sense. Nothing makes sense to me.
Well, I'll tell you, a part of it, I believe, is that people want to do shit that, for lack of a better definition, scares people. So, you'll get idiots doing crap like that, which anybody with any sense can tell that that's fucking stupid. What do you got here? That's a Glock.
Which one? I don't know. You gotta tell me. I'm way past it, probably.
It was the last one before the middle finger cloud.
Oh.
Kind of blonde-headed, dreadlock-looking dude.
Oh, I don't know. He's just holding his gun. Is it gonna? Oh, let's see. It does play. Sorry, Tone. Give it a few more seconds of me scrolling up and down. So he's just threatening people in traffic. I wonder if there's any backstory to it. Let's see. I got no hesitation as he hesitates.
Nice Glock you got there, buddy. Look at this. This is a 44 mag.
Yeah. Hey, I'm still fucking with Glocks, man. All my fucking guns are gone, so that's Glocks are not bad.
You don't have any Glocks?
No, yeah, that's all I got is Glocks.
Oh, okay.
I gotta fucking rebuild the family, man. They're all gone. I gotta start over.
I can't do the grip on a Glock. can't shoot it well
Did you
because I have to reposition my wrist out of a natural alignment.
did you try
And
the? I mean, well, you know what? There is still a little bit of that hump on the Gen 5s, but it's less. There's blood right there. I can't show that video. Everybody act like we didn't just watch that.
I haven't tried a Gen 5. I don't think I've tried anything past Gen 3.
The Gen 3 is, I think, where the hump is the most aggressive. They
Now,
got them finger grooves
my
added in there. With it.
son-in-law's got a my son-in-law's got a 42, and the grip is small enough on it that it's not the problem. I still have to force my wrist. You know, it's not natural pointing.
Well, yeah, you have to change your grip on a Glock. That's yeah. I definitely feel you on that one. I hear you on that one. But
Well,
that's
if I had a
just-
Glock and that's all I had, eventually I'd probably get used to that. Everything I got more along the lines of a 1911 grip angle, so I just prefer that.
yeah. I'm surgical with Glocks.
And you know, the one that's worse than Glock is the Ruger that copied that fucking Luger handle on the Ruger Marks. They got a really exaggerated grip angle. But I bought one that was a 2245 that has the same grip angle as a 1911. I like it. And I could actually shoot the others well. I mean, again, you have to repurpose your wrist to do it, but the guns are plenty accurate. Decent sights, too. Well, let me rephrase that. They had decent sights back then. My vision was probably considerably better than it was now, because it's been 20 fucking years ago.
Yeah. Ozzy said he just retired his Glock 42 for the Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 2.0. I wonder, how are them guns? Which one, who has the beaver tail safety? That's Springfield XDs, right?
I get the idea there, but I don't like that.
No, I hate that. I hate that. And now I'm not one of those like crazy people that are like, well, what if you can't hold the gun the right way and you're gonna have to. I feel like that wouldn't really be an issue. But I just don't like it. I don't like the look of it.
I think the thing is that you can't rest the gun with that safety.
Well, that's how I mean Glocks are the same way. You got to pretty much have a fucking steady grip on that shit too.
Well, with the Glock, I have to, actually forcibly twist my wrist for it. I make it sound like a lot of work. It's not. I just have to do it. But the difference between the Glock and the Ruger LC380 is enough that I can shoot the 380 without thinking about it.
Yeah.
Because it's got the more straight grip angle. And that 380, the LC 380, surprised the shit out of me how easy it was to shoot it well.
Well, how's its accuracy?
3 dot.
Like from a like what distance is it? Like what do you get 5 yards?
I don't know,
out
from about 15 yards, I was able to consistently hit a 3-inch diameter gear swinging.
Oh, that's better than what I would have thought.
Yes. It shocked me how good I could shoot the gun.
Is that Voda?
Because I really didn't want the gun. I just traded for it because my daughter wanted that old 740 that I had. She wanted 30-06. And I'm like, yeah, they're both about $300, so
Wait. You traded a 30-06 for the fucking that gun?
Yep.
You love your kids, man. I can't fucking deny that anymore.
I do.
You love your children. And would do anything for them because these little motherfuckers right here, I ain't getting no 30-06 for no 380.
Well, it's pretty old and well worn 30-06, and probably, worth more than I had in it because I bought it. I paid $300, and I didn't give her the scope that I put on. Because hell, that's $200 right there.
Yeah.
But I did give her a scope for it. But I just did that here a month ago. But I had one. I think I paid $150 or $60 for the one I gave her, which it's all right. It was I think a 416 by 42. I remember correctly. But it had really fine crosshairs on it. I couldn't use it. I mean, if I got into anything that was a dark target, the crosshairs just fucking disappeared on me.
So DJ and Oz are saying the Smith & Wesson Easy models are the ones, the EZ models have the grip safety. uh, I was interested in them little Smith & Wesson guns because of fucking my wife has a similar, I guess, issue as you. She doesn't really like the grips. But she doesn't have the problem with it with the turning, but it kind of makes her hand kind of angle upwards with the hump in the back of it going into the bottom of her hand because small hands and shit. But she doesn't really like that. We had the 43. I had a 42 a long time ago too, but we had the 43, and she didn't really like that either. So I was thinking about one of those little Smith and Wesson ones, or the fucking who made that Hellcat? I think it was Springfield made the Hellcat. Maybe going with one of those or something like that. I don't know if it's still taboo to
That
buy fucking Springfield, but I really don't give a shit. They could have.
Well, you could look at the Rugers too because they're a more American grip angle,
Yeah.
and the LCP is smaller than this LC. This
Well,
LC is about the exact same size as Glock 43.
Well, she shot my Glock 21 and a 1911 side by side. Her uncle's 1911 side by side, and fucking was actually able to hit things with the 1911, and did not like the Glock.
Well, that's
Actually, even had a jam on the Glock.
that's the thing with the grip angle on the Glock. If you were to point the gun without sighting, point it out, the gun in my hand is going to shoot higher thinking. And it's pretty significant amount. But because the grip angle is just not fit to my hand well. Is who mag capacity limited. I love revolvers, man, so if it holds 5 or 6, that's plenty. I'm gonna give it. Hey, Patriot.
What's up, Pat? What is the new Ruger that just came out too? I may have not just came out, but I'm just hearing about it. Don't they have a new fucking? It's similar to the Alaskan.
Don't know, and I don't keep up with that shit. Really, the only revolver I got on my radar is an Anaconda. And now that the house is going to be paid off, that can actually come back into thinking.
Oh, good. Yeah, 'cause I was gonna say you never fucking pulled the trigger on that.
No money.
Yeah.
My house payment jumped from $405 a month to $642. It hurt.
Yeah. I'm trying to find it and I'm fucking lost.
But that's still a ways out, that Anaconda. But, I thought about trading my two Vaqueros in on one, and then fuck, I don't really want to do that, even though I ain't gonna use them.
Yeah.
I mean, I might strap them on for Halloween, but the old uh, front blade and the trough in the fucking frame is not a sight that I would want to go hunting with. When I have guns here that have, you know, actual sights on them that are adjustable, I fully intend to go with the 629. But I'm thinking now about Illinois don't have a limit on the length of straight wall cartridges anymore, so I can hunt with the 40. 26-inch barrel. That's a pretty good sight radius. It's well, it's not overly. I think it weighs. It does get heavy if you load 9 in the tube. Decide I'm going to do that, I'll have to go get me some Wheaties. Have a bowl of Wheaties before I go out. Did you mute yourself, Jimmy? I certainly ain't hearing you. Are you back with it?